Good morning, gurus. Welcome to another episode. I hope you're having a beautiful day. The 4th of July weekend has been pretty brutal for Bitcoin. Germany and Mt. Gox selling Bitcoin and distributing Bitcoin, which created a panic in the market. But in my opinion, everyone, they used the news, they used the 4th of July as a knowing that the ETFs would be closed. They used it to push the narratives of the Germany selling their Bitcoin, which they actually did. They sold a few billion worth, and of Mt. Gox distributing their Bitcoin, which they actually did. They moved Bitcoin from their wallets, but not yet to customers. But they used the 4th of July, that low liquidity, everyone's not on the markets, everyone's celebrating, ETFs are closed, and they used that to crash the markets, which I actually predicted in my video yesterday. I'm going to show you, and then we're going to jump into technicals for Bitcoin. And I hope you stayed safe out there. I added to my trades as we came down, which I shared on Telegram and Twitter. And I was in the negative massive yesterday, at one point around negative 25,000 on my Bybit, and my account went down to 490,000. We're going to jump in and see what my trade is now and where my account is sitting now. And it was, in my opinion, an orchestrated FUD. And I think once the ETFs open on Monday, I think we're going to get buying pressure coming back in. Hit the subscribe button, smash up, thumbs up button, turn on the bell. And yesterday's video before the drop was on point and prophetic as well. I'm going to show you that as well. Let's jump into technicals for Bitcoin now. And this video from 1 day ago, 9,800 views on YouTube. Daily coming down to major support, but this big M, McDonald's pattern, everyone. Whatever the fuck, McDonald's, if that plays out, 56 will be a big support, but to be honest, it's looking super weak. And you look at the total market cap of all crypto, and I canceled my trade and put it at 52K. And as we came down, I actually added to my position, but the market was brutal. WorldCoin I added when it dipped down to $1.50. I added like a few K. Uniswap I picked up at $6.80. Doge I bought a little bit at 9 cents. Bitcoin coming down 56,362. Brutal drop. It came all the way down to 53,200. Not hitting my 52K target, but very close. And that played out, like I said, M pattern. Now, what's the problem, everyone? This is now on the daily, this is a rising, it looks like if that plays out like that and broke down, which it's now underneath, this is a rising triangle, which is a bearish pattern, actually. But let's go on to the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, and you can see that 1 year trend line has broken. We've been following it for all year, and it broke underneath it yesterday. The last 2 days, stochastic still coming down, very low stochastic right now. We haven't had such a low stochastic going back until September 2023. Crypto Guru Bot still fired a blue buy at February 2023. In 2023, fired a blue buy here, and it's still a blue buy now. Hasn't flipped to a red sell. And the total drop on Bitcoin from the top to where we hit yesterday, the total downtrend was 25%. Actually, 27% from the top, Bitcoin took a hit. 27% drop, which is massive. Volume picked up again, which is good to see. Let's go closer into the time frame, and I'm going to show you my trades. Going on to the daily, we broke that 1 year trend line. We got a massive bounce back. We came all the way down 53K and then bounced back to 57K with big volume. Stochastic turning up. But really the big supports are at 52 and 46. If you have not entered a long on Bitcoin, I would keep the longs at 46, to be honest. Yes, I do think we'll get a big bounce at 52 also is potential. And then trying to catch it to the top of this trend line. So these are the two trades. This one is a safer trade that I'll take at 46 and would go more heavy there. And this one is a riskier trade at 52, but in my opinion would get a bounce, but a very tight stop loss I would put there. And same target, 88K, the top of this channel. And this risk to reward from 46 would be 19, risking 2,800 to make $47,000 per Bitcoin if we come down to 46. This one is risk toward 31, risking 1,200 to make 39,000 per Bitcoin. But you can tighten up the stop losses actually. This trade would open at 52K with stop loss at 50. So I'd risk $412, 95 times risk to reward ratio. Risk $412 to make $39,000 on that trade. But the safe positions are those trend lines. The major trend line is at 46. We destroyed the 66 trend line. We broke through the 56 trend line and it just got demolished. So next support really is 52, and the major support on Bitcoin, the real one, is at 46. So those are the two places that I would go long on Bitcoin. I'm currently long on Bitcoin. If you want to trade like you're seeing me do, go underneath the video. Down below in the description, you'll see the link to Bybit. You get a $30,000 bonus if you use that link to trade, and it's the main exchange I use for trading, and in my opinion, the best exchange for trading. Why? Because Bybit's the best exchange and get $30,000 bonus because it's very liquid. It's very fast. It's the second biggest derivatives trading account in the world, like the second biggest trading exchange in the world after Binance. Yesterday was a crazy day. My account 518. Now, yesterday it went to a low of like 490, so it bounced back around $28,000 yesterday. I added into my Bitcoin positions, and that's why I like Bybit so much. It's very quick, like it's very fast entries, low fees, high liquidity, and you can see my Bitcoin buys. The days before I bought the Bitcoin dip at 56K, that was not smart because then Bitcoin fell further and I managed to pick up some at 54K. So I did get some really nice buys in on that drop. Even with those nice buys on that drop, you can see here I bought more at 54. Even with those nice buys, I'm still down $13,000 on this trade. But my liquidation is below the 52K support. And I've also got more position to add at 52K. Here I've also got a spot buy. But this trade was down quite a bit. At one point, it was down around $24,000. So getting a little bit of bounce back. I managed to buy the bottom, but not enough support. In my opinion, I think we can retest 52, but let's see how the market reacts after this big sell-off. MCRT was down a little bit. The market got hit super hard yesterday. I've got 183K, down 7K this morning, so I added into these positions. MCRT 72K, down 3% yesterday. Bitcoin 72K, down 1.4%. Uniswap 43K, up 3%. And I managed to buy Uniswap. You can see here, I managed to buy Uniswap here. Where is all orders? I bought Uniswap. Uniswap, I filled at $7. World, I filled at $1.80. MCRT, I filled at 12. But you have to do your own due diligence, everyone. These are my buys, and I'm seed investor, and my company seed investor a lot of different projects. So that trade down 13. This account 518. Still down from yesterday, from 527 to 518. So even with the drop and me buying the bottom and then the bounce back, I'm still down around $9,000. From that peak, which is, and overall my account is down massive in the last month. I'm down from 629 to 518, so I'm down about $110,000 this month. Brutal month for trading, in my opinion, but I did manage to pick up a lot of positions. I'm currently sitting now 9.5% in Uniswap, 40% in cash, 15.89% MCRT, 15.81% Bitcoin, 8.7% Doge, 7% World, and Pocket just got destroyed. Let's check out Pocket. I had buy orders at 0.04. It came very close to that, but it didn't actually. Did it actually come down there? 0.04. It actually hit 0.04, but I canceled those buy orders because the market was just, in my opinion, too dangerous. You're talking shit. Yeah, talking shit again. Bitcoin, I just opened a $200,000 Bitcoin trade. I'm not talking shit. You can see my now $267,000 Bitcoin trade, currently negative $13,000, at one point negative $24,000. So for you, bag holder will never forget Black July 4th. A lifetime of holding his bags has begun. That was a brutal, but in my opinion, I think this sell-off was a coordinated attack, everyone. If it was truly so weak, they wouldn't have used the 4th of July holiday when the ETFs are closed, when all Americans are on holiday, when no one can add margin. So what they did is they released all this negative news, Mt. Gox, which is true in Germany, but it's not such a big deal. But they used that narrative, even though those news were already around. They used that narrative just to promote it everywhere, so everyone panic fears. and the people that could sell sold, and then you have all of America and the ETFs closed that can't sell or can't add margin to their trades, for example. And when they get liquidated because they're not awake, drunk, they're partying, it's 4th of July holidays, they get liquidated and causes a waterfall of liquidations. And that's what happened yesterday. They used the public holiday, they used the 4th of July as a way to attack Bitcoin, everyone. They used it to promote those narratives of Mt. Gox and Germany selling Bitcoin on the 4th of July because they knew the ETFs were closed, because they knew the Americans were on holiday and they wouldn't put margin to their trades. And when those trades liquidated, it created a waterfall of liquidations, and that's what happened yesterday. And that's why I think this was very big manipulation. Whereas the momentum indicators of volume showing reversal, not there. Stop buying until we reach the bottom. I highly recommend you don't buy just on panic dips. Where I bought yesterday, I tried to buy where I saw big volume coming in. So I go here on Bitcoin USDT on Binance, I go to the 1 minute chart, and I'll show you, like, I was tweeting a lot about this actually over on my Twitter. The rest I was just tweeting about it pretty much like non-stop. Bitcoin, I just opened a $200,000 Bitcoin trade. Do you think the Bitcoin floor is in? We had 529 votes. 36% of you voted for 52K, 17,000 views. And we came down to the low on Bitcoin was 53,000, very close, 53,490 was the low. And 36% of you said 52K. Beware of scammers. Crypto is full of malicious actors. Always be careful when interacting in DMs. I will never message you first or ask you for money, everyone. There's thousands of fake, I'll show you. So Crypto Guru, there's thousands of fake accounts of me, and my team is constantly deleting them. And you can just see my team's non-stop deleting these people, but they just keep coming up. So just be very careful accepting, responding to DMs. Make sure I have the blue check mark. Throwback, I perfectly called the top in March. This was me calling the top in March. 16K actually, if you've been following I closed out my Bitcoin trades, which I opened back. We started at 16K actually, if you've been following my videos the whole run up. This is a hard decision, but this is what my gut is telling me. So I'm going with my instincts. I've been trading for 23 years. You have to make your own decisions, everyone. Now, the things that I'm seeing are the volume is increasing on Bitcoin. So that's one. So top there, but it is the weekend. It can back in March, which was beautiful. Beautiful. Thanks for watching, everyone. On Twitter, my account is, I've got now 2 million impressions a month, and I've got around 79,000 video views, 26,000 likes. Follow me over on X. It's amazing, the growth there. Tesla was up in 2.2% yesterday. 20K spot on. So this was me trading the drop yesterday. 20K spot Bitcoin trades on the 4-hourly volumes called the bottom last time on the 56K Israel-Iran war news. We just hit that now on Bitcoin. That was almost the exact bottom. I called that exact bottom. Add more to my trade on Bitcoin. Yes, add more. No, keep it as is. It might go lower. 67% of you said to add more. I didn't actually, and that was at 54,468. That was very close to the actual bottom, which is beautiful. But now I won't add more because we already got bounces. I'll add more at that 52K where I put those trades. My message to the MagicCraft team, check that out. It's Maxit, the CEO of MagicCraft MCRT. The German government sold 20% of its Bitcoin balance sheet, 3.5 billion. No. They have 3.5 billion and they sold 20% of it. So they sold $1 billion. So it wasn't fake. They actually did sell yesterday. Who is this? Yellow boxes, 4,000 Bitcoin sells on spot. I was tracking the dumps on the Mintly, the charts, and you could see there was 4,000 Bitcoin sells on spot. It could have been, and someone told me that it was the German government selling off their Bitcoin, which you can see they did sell. Yesterday went from 44,000 to 40,000. So they sold off 4,000 Bitcoin. So it was the German, 216 million hits each time to the Bitcoin marketplace. They were selling in chunks. And this was me 2 days ago. This guy posted, guys, it's only a 22% correction 2 days ago, grow up. And I said 22% correction so far. I don't want to hear it. And then Bitcoin dropped to 53. And a lot of people were just forced to sell because of the whole, this is where I talked about it. A lot of people were just forced to sell because on holiday during the 4th of July, no ability to add margin to their trades. They liquidated Bitcoin trades and it creates a waterfall of liquidation during low volume on the 4th of July. This was a coordinated attack. And then I go, whoever's doing the 500 to 1,000 Bitcoin spot sales on Binance just paused. That was, again, the German company. Then they continue, and they're back, 791 Bitcoin sells, and that dropped us to 53. And you can just see me talking about if I was a USA billionaire, I would market buy $10 billion on the 4th of July of Bitcoin and really change my image to become an American hero, save Bitcoin and crypto and be remembered forever instead of beer and suit boarding. That's what I would have done if I was Mark Zuckerberg, to be honest. It would have been a great... We had signs of the top, everyone. I was talking about the signs with it when it comes to celebrities. We had a lot of the signs of the top this run. Again, everyone, all the links down below. You can learn all of this underneath the video. Go down below, the exchanges, the courses. Take the Crypto Master course to study this stock master course for Tesla. And again, congratulations on Tesla, up again yesterday 2%, and now since the bottom when we bought it at 141, I posted it on Twitter and I showed everyone. I posted it here as well. Since the bottom, we are now up 78% on Tesla. Big congratulations, 78% since I bought the bottom, and I posted it everywhere that I was moving from Bitcoin and crypto into Tesla. That played out perfectly. Now my Bitcoin trade, it's a $267,000 trade, currently down 13K. I'm going to monitor closely. I do think if we come down, we'll get a double bottom on Bitcoin, but I really believe that whoever did that yesterday, German government, they coordinated it. The announcement of Mt. Gox, the announcement of the German government selling on the 4th of July, this was a coordinated fight attack, and I do think that that could have been a highly targeted attack to bring it down to 53K and liquidate a lot of the longs that were in, and we didn't get hit because we knew it was coming down to 52K. Thank you for watching, everyone. Hit the subscribe button, smash up, thumbs up on it, turn on the bell. Rule number 1 by Warren Buffett, don't lose money. Rule number 2, don't forget rule number 1, protect your capital at all costs, invest smart, buy things that are oversold, sell them when they're overbought, try to diversify into at least 5 assets. My main assets right now are Bitcoin, Tesla, Google, MCRT, I would say, and probably Uniswap. I would say are like biggest holdings right now. But I'm quite like, because my company is a VC, so we're invested in 80 plus crypto companies. So you have to do your own due diligence, everyone. None of this is financial advice because I'm seed invested in a lot of projects. But my goal is to stay into like 5 to 10 main assets. 5 is the best because then you know what you're trading. You know what happens to Tesla. You know what happens to Bitcoin. When you're in 10 or 15 assets, it's hard to know in my opinion. So what I would prefer is to conglomerate or like merge it all to 5 main assets. And I really like Tesla, Bitcoin, Google, Meta, and they've been the ones pumping like crazy. Right now, I'm mostly heavy in Tesla. I sold Meta and Google a few months ago and moved into Tesla at 141, which was beautiful. And I posted it on Twitter for everyone to see. You could see it. This was my post yesterday. I was posting a lot during that sell-off. And this was my Tesla somewhere down here. And Bitcoin also, by the way, finished the 5th wave. Everyone, finished the C wave corrective wave. This was the final corrective wave on Bitcoin according to Elliott wave count. We had the final C wave correction. It went lower than I expected, but that was the final Elliott wave count. If we consider that was the final C wave and that was the entire count, so this was the second count. Who remembers my videos in 2023 when we had the first count on the bottom of the market from 16K? This was my second count from 30K up, and this count is now finished on Elliott wave. We finished this count. Beautiful journey, everyone. Brutal trading those few months though. That was hard since March. But we finished that Elliott wave count. It's now passed, like the previous one, and now we should be starting actually we would have already started. This is already technically the new Elliott wave count has started, the new impulses, because this was the 5th wave bottom. Now we start the next wave up, which I think, and then I have to draw out the rest on another video. Because we don't know where the points are. But that's the new now count, the new Elliott wave count for Bitcoin. That old one that we started back all the way back in 16th of October 2023 is now finished. Unfortunately, finishing with the C wave breaking through the 1-year trend line. Hope you learned a lot from me, everyone. You can learn much more in the crypto and stock master courses. There's 24 hours of courses there, and then in the laws of money course, there's another 8 hours of courses there. You can learn all this. I'm a multimillionaire trading for 24 years. That's why I think you should always follow me. A lot of people, I'll show you, they were tweeting that they only follow me after they've stopped following other YouTubers. And I recommend, I've been trading for 24 years. In my opinion, no one knows like me what's going on, to be honest, like from what I've seen. And you can see a lot of people comment exactly what I'm saying, the same kind of comments. I'll show you where they're commenting this kind of, well, I tweet a lot. You can check it out there. I'm saying this out loud. I don't think it's a, no, that's not that one. To force seniors out of their houses, I agree. Hey man, I've been following you since the previous cycle. I unfollowed every other YouTuber. No one except you was able to tell the scenario right. I'll be ready to ride the cycle and listen to you, Top Signal. Thank you for everything, your everyday videos. Thank you so much, British. Agree, totally agree. So true, mate. Thank you, everyone. And yeah, we could have done better. I could have saved more on the drops if I didn't buy into that 52. To be honest, I shouldn't have bought in at 60K. Like my average on that Bitcoin trade is now sitting at 59K. I could have bought in at 52 and been in the profits, but at least I sold in March, moved into cash, moved into Tesla, and did as best as that I can. And learn from your lessons. I need to learn from my lessons. I knew it was 50K, 56K, and 52K would be the biggest bounces. So why did I buy at 62? Why did I buy at 60? I should have listened to my TA. I knew the final C wave on the Elliott wave count was still to play out. After that A wave correction, then we had that B wave bounce. We needed that C wave final correction. Why did I buy until that C wave correction? I need to learn from my lessons. Learn from that. It cost me around $13,000 on that trade, and probably in that account around 60 or 50 since the bounce back, probably around $50,000 lesson that I had to learn. And now you can learn them for free by watching my videos. I hope you learn this $50,000 costly lesson for free here. Love you all. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.